He's just so comfortable and safe. Are you dating a man or a minivan?
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top television shows that had their series finales in 2004.
For 11 years, you've heard me say, I'm listening. Well, you were listening too.
Number 10, The Practice.
Every man or woman gets his day in court.
I understand. This guy's pure scum, isn't he?
He's a human being.
The great television writer David E. Kelley conceived of The Practice as an antithesis to the hit legal show from the 80s and 90s, LA Law. While that series portrayed the legal system in a glamorized fashion, Kelley took The Practice in the very opposite direction.
And on a personal level, it's one thing for a corporation to engage in systemic discovery abuse, but for an attorney, these are real people.
The series was much grittier, and characters often found themselves fighting a battle of legal ethics versus their own personal morals. The show ran for 8 successful seasons and took home the Emmy Award for Best Drama Series 2 years in a row in 1998 and 1999.
It's not enough to insist on fidelity or honesty or fair dealing. A good leader has to practice it.
Number 9, Johnny Bravo.
Studley! Check the facts. Man, I'm pretty.
Whoa mama! Johnny Bravo is at number 9 on our list. The funny and pop culture reference-filled animated show ran for 4 seasons on the Cartoon Network and featured the eponymous Johnny Bravo's continuous failures to live up to his self-proclaimed ladies' man image.
I've never been in a woman's apartment before. I mean, I've been in them. I mean, I'm not scared. Hey, look, flowers!
Although it was his continuing failures with the ladies that often made for the biggest laughs. Bravo's macho and misogynistic attitude might be a little cringe-inducing these days, but at least his attitude and his game rarely worked in his favor, and he usually got his much-deserved comeuppance.
Hey, pepper spray. Don't they use that for...
Number 8, Hollywood Squares.
If you're going away, you don't have time to wash them. What does Heloise advise you to do with your dirty dishes?
Toss them out!
Hollywood Squares has had many iterations over the decades, from the 1965 pilot to the final series, hosted by Tom Bergeron. That ran from 1998 to 2004. But regardless of the year or the host, one thing remained the same: a large 3x3 stack of cubes populated by celebrities answering questions, with the contestants deciding if those answers are correct or not.
No, I know this. Trust me. Trust me. This is Rowing the Atlantic.
I'm agreed.
You fool!
The tic-tac-toe premise gave this show a low barrier of entry for viewers, and the simple questions set up the celebs for plenty of easy jokes and laughs. In a 2013 list, TV Guide called Hollywood Squares the 7th greatest game show of all time.
Pirating some music, even
No, I was
as we
watching my
speak.
DVD. Sorry, it just came out.
Oh, you're
yeah.
on DVD.
Hilarious.
Okay.
Oh, my God. Hilarious.
Number 7, The Drew Carey Show. LeBron James put Cleveland on the sports map in the mid-aughts when he was drafted by his hometown team, the Cavaliers. But Drew Carey fans already knew that Cleveland rocked years prior to James's entry into the NBA. And that opening credit sequence with the big dance number is a great example of what the Drew Carey Show was all about. While it was framed as a typical sitcom, Carey and the gang had a lot of fun playing within that framework and creating something truly original and hysterically different.
I have a bottle of Rothschild 67 back at my place, and I was wondering if you'd...
Stop the camera. Sir, what are you doing?
Connery. Sean Connery.
Along with dance numbers, they also did live and semi-improvised shows. And you might also remember the April Fool's episode in which mistakes were purposely inserted into the episode for fans to find.
This Wednesday is April Fool's Day, and to celebrate, Drew's having a contest called What's Wrong with This Episode?
Number 6, Rugrats.
Tommy, it's the next yard. You're only a baby. A baby's gotta do what a baby's gotta do.
Premiering in 1991, for a while it looked like Rugrats wouldn't make it to 1995, let alone chug along all the way to 2004. After its initial run of 65 episodes ended in 1994, there was no guarantee of more.
Angelica, you made him cry.
Hey, you know what they say, if the truth hurts.
However, over the course of the next couple of years, the reruns on Nickelodeon continued to gain in popularity, and this led to a new bunch of episodes being produced starting in 1996. And that's when the Rugrats really blew up, with over 100 more episodes airing over the next 8 years, as well as 3 theatrical movies which have grossed almost $300 million combined.
So this is the world?
I miss my old room.
This wallpaper here just ain't the same.
This world is something strange.
Yo, I'm cold. I need a change. This world is something new to me.
Number 5. Lizzie Maguire.
Maguire? Lizzie?
Oh, that's me.
If you were a young person or had a young person in your life that was watching the Disney Channel in the early aughts, there's very little chance you don't remember Lizzie Maguire. The show was a huge hit for the network from 2001 to 2004 and upped star Hilary Duff's celebrity profile a few notches as well. Nominated for 2 Emmys and a Writers Guild of America award, Lizzie Maguire presented a fun and endearing cast of characters and episodes that were, as one review wrote, clever, funny, and pretty sincere. There may have only been 2 seasons produced, but with a total of 65 episodes, there was plenty of Lizzie to enjoy.
Squirtle, promise me that we'll always stay close to each other, even in high school.
Don't worry, I'm not going anywhere.
Number 4. Angel.
I can't just wedge myself into your life back inside, Al. It wouldn't be good for either of us. Not to mention the fact that you just started college. And what about slang? I mean, if you had me to worry about, you might not be as focused.
While we all remember and honor the ending of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in 2003, we shouldn't forget that just 1 year later, one of the best spin-offs in television history also came to an end. Angel began just 2 years after The Vampire Slayer, when Joss Whedon took Buffy's dark and tormented vampire with a human soul love interest, Angel, and sent him to Los Angeles.
Well, I like the place. Not much with the view, but it's got a nice back cave sort of an air to it.
As a private investigator, he and his associates help the helpless and fight the demonic forces at play in the city. The series might have initially been viewed as a second-rate offshoot of the OG Buffy, but the smart writing and darker tone eventually helped it stand out, with both fans and critics, as a worthy series in its own right.
There's a hole in the world. Feels like we ought to have known.
Number 3. Sex and the City. Sex and the City helped make HBO a must-have channel in the late 90s and early aughts.
There always has to be obstacles in Act 2 before you can live happily ever after in Act 3. But what happens when the obstacles aren't there? Does that mean there's something missing?
It made the Cosmopolitan many a lady's drink of choice, and it had women everywhere contemplating whether they were a Carey, a Miranda, a Charlotte, or a Samantha. Then after 6 seasons, a plethora of award nominations and wins, critical and cultural acclaim, just like that, in 2004 the series had its big finale.
But the most exciting, challenging, and significant relationship of all is the one you have with yourself.
Over the course of the next 6 years, the adventures of 4 friends continued in 2 feature films, and then finally in 2021, the gang, minus Samantha, returned to HBO in a sequel series.
No, she didn't die. Oh, no! No, I'm so sorry, no. I just meant she's not with us.
She's in London.
Number 2. Frasier.
Now that chapter 2 of your life is in full swing, would you mind if I asked you something? No, go right ahead. Are you happy? You hear the question?
Yes, I'm thinking.
After 9 seasons on Cheers and 11 seasons on the Frasier spin-off, Kelsey Grammer's 20-year run as Dr. Frasier Crane finally came to an end, until the Frasier Revival spin-off hit Paramount Plus in 2023. And while the revival has received lukewarm reviews, the original series is one of the most honored sitcoms in the history of television.
Are you happy?
You know, in the greater scheme of things, yes, I'd say I am.
Its 5 consecutive Outstanding Comedy Series Emmys is tied for the record, and its 37 total wins is second only to Game of Thrones. How many of you are now hankering for a serving of tossed salad and scrambled eggs?
Hey baby, I hear the blues are calling, tossed salads and scrambled eggs. Quite stylish.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Friends. Could number 1 on our list be any more obvious?
I mean, I've never looked at you that way before.
Well, start looking.
It's Friends. Do we really need to say any more? As one of the most popular television shows of all time, we probably don't, but we will.
You want to return this couch? It's cut in half.
While the critics took a little time to come around to the show, right from the jump, Friends was a hit with audiences, from the Rachel haircut to Joey's How You Doing. The series infiltrated pop culture on a level that few ever have.
Hey, how you doing?
It made mega celebrities of its 6 stars and continues to find new fans via repeats every year, even though it's been 2 decades since the Central Perk Gang closed the door on 495 Grove Street. Which of these shows do you miss the most? Let us know in the comments.
This is harder than I thought it would be.
It's gonna be okay.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.